Hey everyone, welcome to I Totally Love It. My name is Susan, and today I am working on August Junk Journal Madness Part 2. Part 1 was making the cover and the I guess you can kind of call these signatures, but they're not really. It's using that accordion hinge. All right, so today I'm going to start with making an identification card for Mildred, aka Millie Stewart, and so I made a little, practice run. This is just some cardstock. It's that kind of like parchment paper looking business. I don't know what you call it. The corners were rounded. I inked the edges with ground espresso. I used the stamp for the lines. It came from an old stamp set that I got in a lot from Goodwill online. So I have no idea what the name of it is. It was just the packaging. I mean, it didn't have the packaging, it was just the stamps. I hand wrote identification because I don't have a stamp that says that, and I, of course, wrote her name. So this will just be my practice one. I did round with the 10 millimeter. I think that turned out all right. I used the micron pen. I used the 2, but I think maybe the 5 would be better for writing on there. I think that pen's just kind of messed up or something because it's always kind of scraggly looking. I also have one of these cover plates to put on here. I've got the little brads. That's Tim Holtz product. And so in order to not see the brads on the inside, I have this little envelope that I got in an Etsy haul that I thought I would use to kind of cover it where the brads are. So then we'll add a pocket to the front. Then I also have this that I got somewhere, and thought we'd add this somewhere in the journal, maybe in the back as a pocket or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out. That may not be today, but just wanted to share that I found that piece while digging through some things. All right, so I'm going to be working in this first little section here. This is like her personal thing, so I'm going to actually take that out. And I'm just going to put this back in here so I don't lose it. Well, you can't do that, Susan, because it's not. Okay, it's not hooked up. All right, doesn't work that way. And so what I'm going to do in here is I'm also going to make a pocket for the ID card, kind of like how your wallet holds an identification card. I think I'm going to have mine coming from the top. And I have some ideas on what I want to make it out of, but we'll see what I end up using at the end. Okay, so sit back, relax, enjoy some tunes, and let's get cracking. Okay, guys, I've actually been working on this for off and on about 5 hours. um, there's quite a bit I didn't record. There's some inking I didn't record. Um, so let's talk about the things I did. All right, so you saw me add that there towards the end. I'll get a little label in there. I'm not exactly sure what I want it to say. I have some ideas, but it's not, imminent to put something in there right now. So we'll leave it just like that. I glued that in after because those were brads. You want to cover them up with something. So that was a nice find in my stash. So into Millie's personal section here. That was just out of some scrapbook paper. It had the cut aparts. And I played around with where to put it. I even asked my husband, I was like, because there's a bird underneath here. And I was like, I don't want to cover up the bird, but it looked awkward in other places. So after all that maneuvering around and trying to figure out where to cut the paper, and it didn't matter because I was putting that on there. So, but I think it looks fine. And so it just says this journal belongs to Millie Stewart. And then you open it up. And I do wish I'd cut a little bit more there. The initial one I cut that I recorded and deleted, it was the exact same size, and I was like, well, that's stupid, Susan. You want it to be a little shorter. So then I tried again. I still didn't do quite right. So then this was the third time, and that's where I ended up cutting in the middle, and then with scissors just trying to trim and trim and trim. I do think that's a cool trick though, to trace on the back side the size you want. So with the other half of this paper, this was a pre-cut cardstock craft paper. I just made a little pocket, and I might put some labels on later. I did print out Tracy Fox labels. These are her random sciencey labels, and so I might come back in later with some of these. And like I printed that one, but it cut off because I guess I didn't change the settings, so it might have been set to A4 perhaps. But anyways, I'll go back and print them again. All right, and then let's talk about this. I was like, I don't know if you probably didn't notice. I don't know. I stopped the video to go get my notes. I told you in a previous video. I mean, I've been making plans for this journal, and I was like, Susan, go get your journal or your plans for your journal before you continue, so you don't do something a little different. Well, I guess I really intended for this to be up here, but the pocket being up there and that down there doesn't hurt my feelings that I did it backwards. But I was like, okay, I intended there to be notes section here where she can flip up. And then I stapled it like that and glued this part so you could actually add something else here. So maybe I'll come back and add a pocket in there later. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. Maybe an image or maybe some more map that I cut off. So speaking of maps, I wanted this piece to have a map and I wanted it to fold out. So as you saw, I glued two envelopes together, and I really was going to have it in the center. And then I was like, well, if the map folds out each side, where's this? Because this piece has to glue onto something, or you have to keep that little shim in there to keep your paper from popping off the binding. And so I had to sit there and rethink it. Well, I was like, well, I really want the map to fold out. So, and this was perfect. I didn't have to trim the map this way because that was 12 inches. I did have to cut off part at the top. And so then on the back, I was going to cover that with just some coffee dye paper or tea dye paper, but that's not 12 inches. So I got this piece of scrapbook paper that I had pulled out to use in this project. I thought, well, just use it. Now, will I go back and add some things to this? Perhaps. I'm not sure right now, so we'll leave it at that. I will say it's a little bulky to fold. Probably should have let it glue a little longer. Maybe used a different glue, but it has a nice crunch to it when you fold it down. And then that's that little piece there that was left. You saw me glue that shim, well, the binding piece. So I didn't need a shim, and then just glue it to that. And then that can have something. And then, this is really cool too. You could put one of these type of closures, policy envelope closures like that. So that would be kind of cool. Not sure yet, so that's something we can come back to. And then, of course, on the very back of her section here, I put the other piece of paper. So I think that's turned out really nice. But it took me a long time, you guys. And so I'm filming this on Sunday, yesterday, Saturday. So I have my three videos that I record I need for the week that are my I guess weekly videos that I always do. So my junk journal sketches go out on Sunday. Margaret Miller goes out on Monday, and then Which One Wednesday goes out on Wednesday. So I get those out of the way, and then I work on this one. So I worked. Yesterday was Saturday. I worked in my classroom for 2 hours. On a Saturday. This is going to be a really stressful year, you guys. So when Which One Wednesday gets to week 52, I might pause that series for a little bit. Just it's always kind of quick to make, but it does take time, and it's coming to an end. And I've got an idea for the future, but it may be something, you know, we'll come back to. We'll circle around to, as they say. But I love my Junk Journal Madness series, and I love my collaborators this month. I know I forgot to say this at the beginning, is Brittany Linger over at Linger Creations. And this theme was, in her set of themes that we picked from. I'm sure if you're watching this one, you've probably watched some of the previous ones. If not, there's a whole playlist. And I absolutely love this series. This series is going nowhere. Like we're gonna keep doing this one. But even Sunday, the junk journal sketches, it might have to go to every other week. It really just depends, you guys, because I know I don't know, I'm telling you all this stuff. I just need to talk, I guess. Next weekend, I've got to go to a Best Buy, and the nearest one is a little over an hour away, to get my watch fixed because I really need it in the classroom. So I'm not having to look at my phone for messages. So stay off your phone, teachers, but we're gonna send you all the messages. So it's also easier. I have like alarms set throughout the school day. It's easier to turn them off on my watch than having to go, find my phone, because I don't always have it on me. I did want to say, when I was doing this ID, and I had that stamp, I did find that, this is the thing I got it on. This is exactly how I got it. But down here in the corner, so I don't even know if this still exists. Let me get some paper to put it against. It's My Sentiments Exactly, TT 233 postcard sentiments. So it's like you were gonna move. Like it says, we've moved. Here's our new address. So it's lines to stamp for your address, and I mean, perfect. And so I just wanted to share that with you. And you know, birds and butterflies and flowers. So I picked Sparrow Avenue. I thought that was pretty. It's a short name, not a really long name, so I could squeeze it on there. 615. That's my birthday. Paris, Texas. Sounds exotic. It's a small town up in Northeast Texas, so it's, gosh, a couple hours north of me. Yeah, go a couple hours north and you're still in Texas. A couple hours south and you're in Houston. But that stamp there. So I used VersaFine Clair, the Nocturne, which is just black for the lines, and for the number, which this was from. That was from the Kathy Holden. what did I do with the stamps I was using? Like, I've organized all the stamps I might use on this project. I think that was Kathy Holden, you guys, and I hear my teenager cackling. So excuse any cackles that you hear. Anyways, I know this was Kathy Holden, I believe. Oh my gosh, you guys. I really don't know what to do with those stamps. Okay, hang on. You guys, they fell on the floor. I heard something fall earlier, and then I forgot about it. Okay. So the number, I believe, came from this one. Yes. So this one is the sign here. It's from her flea market finds series. And then I used on her circle label icons in the same flea market find series. I used one that says inspected and found okay. In Darrenbacher, assistant superintendent. I figured that looked, like that was giving your ID the okay there. So I wish I had, I really thought I had the other sample dates stamps. Do I? And I just stuck it over here to the side. Do I have? Guys, I'm just tired. All right. Well, what I have used, I probably would have used the number or that number or some of these numbers. I do have dates from the past 1 and part 2. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. So I think this is the end of my crafting today. And it's only like 5:30 in the afternoon. But this school year is going to be exhausting. So pray for me. Pray for my teammates. Pray for my students. Pray for my school to maybe make a different decision on the way we've got it set up this year. Or don't. My neck hurts. My eyes twitching. Oh, okay. All right. I really had some sunshine last year, and I have some great kids this year. But boy, I've got my hands full this year as well. So, okay. That being said, when we return next time, I will probably work on the second page in each of the series because I think those will be easy to get done as far as just some pockets and some like notepad areas to write on. I'm gonna try to do different kinds of pockets in there and different ideas for little fold outs. Or I think what I'm gonna do is some sort of like paper signature. So I mean I have notes, I may have pockets, and then notes, something like that. And then we'll save these file folder ones probably for the end. And I was kind of hoping to get here, but this video is already long. And if you're still listening, God bless you. Okay. So let's just end here. Don't forget to check out Brittany, her videos. I have a playlist and it's set up to go from beginning, so way back in April to now. So you may have to scroll down towards the bottom or just go to her channel. I'm sure she's got her videos set up over there. Plus she's got other fun things going on. Trish from Crafting Whimsy, she's been participating since the very first round. Love you, Trish. And made a Facebook group. So join us over there. And some of you have joined, and you've told me you joined because you saw it on the video. Some of you joined because you saw it on the community tab. So, thumbs up, you guys. Appreciate you. Love y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Go visit everybody. Watch all the things. All right, guys. Y'all have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye.